right, welcome friends. My name is Stephen Michael Miller. So glad to be here with everybody today. I am part of this tremendous Connect community. If this is your first time, as always, a huge welcome to you. We have a growing community right now globally, all over the world. People that are joining this revolution and figuring out why blockchain is right for them. If you've been here many times before, a huge welcome back. Thanks for joining us every single week. We're here on Wednesdays, typically at noon Mountain Time. So I know that we've got people all over the world that are tuning in Bangladesh and Australia and Asia and Europe and all over the place, of course, and all over the United States. Wherever you're tuning in from, I want to give you a huge welcome. Thanks for being here. We've got some amazing things to talk about today. I've got Brad Wilden here with me today, and Brad Wilden is with Switch Reward Card. Brad, thanks for being here today.
Yeah, hey, thanks for inviting me. I'm glad to be hanging out with my old buddy Steven.
Yeah, I pulled you off the Nepali mountains to come here and do a webinar. You were just in Nepal, right?
Yeah, we hiked to the base camp of Everest. That's why my
Oh,
voice
my
is
goodness.
still kind of gone. I got sick there, but it was incredible. There's some good comparisons with a startup and hiking to the tops of some of these mountains. We didn't go to the top of Everest, but we went to the base camp.
Oh, that's
It,
exciting.
it was incredible.
So
Yeah.
what's the difference between the base camp and the top? What's the
So
elevation
base
change?
camp is at 17,500.
Yeah.
And Everest is at 29,000.
Holy cow.
We did go to another peak that was at 18,500, and it had an amazing view of Everest. And man, the Himalayan mountains are just incredible.
Wow, that is
Amazing.
fantastic. That's
Yeah.
so awesome. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about
Yeah,
that as we
yeah,
go
let's do.
along and kind of dive in here. But just so everyone knows, as we are going forward today, we are going to be doing some really cool giveaways. As a matter of fact, Brad is super, super generous. And not only super generous, but I think he wanted to one-up everyone else that's been here
That's right.
already,
That's right.
already a little bit. Brad, tell them about what you're going to be giving away throughout the webinar today.
Yeah, this is exciting. We will be giving out 3 prizes of 50,000 Switch tokens. They're my personal ones,
Holy
so
cow.
we're excited to give those out. I think we're going to give them, I guess, throughout the podcast or webinar.
Yeah,
So,
that's exciting,
yeah.
guys. So 50,000. I think one is going to be given out at the beginning, one towards the middle, and one towards the end. We're going to be asking for some participation in some different ways. So make sure you keep your eyes on the chat and the Q&A. The other thing, if you have questions as we're going through this webinar, please put them into the Q&A. We have some community members that are monitoring that. I've got my phone here. They'll be texting me some of the questions that come through the Q&A that we want to then hopefully attack and handle and answer towards the end of the webinar. So with that, let's go ahead and just dive in. Many of you, again, you've been here before, but for those of you that don't know who Connect is a community of amazing people. Connect is all about helping people to connect to the right blockchain projects that are purpose-driven, they're impact type of projects, and allowing anybody to participate throughout the world. That's what Connect really is all about. But not only allowing you to participate or helping you to participate in the very best ways, but giving you the tools that you need to help spread adoption, get this out to the masses globally. It's been neat to see as we've been growing, as the community has been expanding all over the world. It's been so neat to see that engagement from people, from all sorts of various backgrounds, cultures, languages, coming in and grasping on to blockchain because of what it can do and what it offers. And so I'm really excited about that. A couple things that I want to cover here that you just need to, of course, understand and know. These are some disclaimers. Make sure you screenshot this. You're welcome to read through it as we're talking about a few different things. But there are 2 main things that I want to point out here on this. Number one, we make 0 guarantees as to a value or future value of any of the rewards that we may talk about. Today we're going to be talking about, of course, Switch and the Switch reward and different things around the Switch project, but we make no guarantees. These are decentralized projects that are run and operated by the node owners through a DGF or distributed governance framework, right? It is amazing the way these are set up that allows all of us, you and I, to participate in a decentralized manner and essentially be owners of a blockchain project because we run and operate the nodes. I love that. Connect brings, again, like I said before, these different impact projects together. And we're constantly on the search for new and amazing and innovative impact projects that are changing the world, that are answering questions, that are solving big problems, and that allow you and I an opportunity to solve those problems together and to be rewarded for that. So we're going to be talking more about that. So Without further ado, again, like I said before, I've got Brad Wilden here with me here in the studio. Really excited to have you here, Brad. Brad has had a tremendous background in the banking world. As a matter of fact, you were over the commercial division in Zions Bank, right, which is a regional bank here in the United States. What is it, 13 states or something like that
Yeah, it's
they're
in
over?
13 states, and it is the 13th largest regional bank in the U.S.
Fantastic. So you headed up their whole commercial division, has obviously a huge hand in the banking world. Brad came on and started to kind of head up Switch Reward Card along with Kathy Roberts. We'll talk about Kathy on a later event, but really, just with all of your experience, I want to ask maybe a couple questions before you dive into some of your presentation. What drew you out of banking world? I mean, the banking world is the posh life, right? It's
You sound like my brother.
I know.
Come on, dude.
But it's you got your banker's hours. Everyone hears about it. You get in at 9, you leave at 5. I know.
Yeah.
I know. Maybe that's not true. But you get holidays off and all these things, and now you're kind of pioneering this banking in the blockchain world. Why?
Well, yeah, that's a good question and a good point. I used to golf 2-3 times a week with clients, and it was great. And now I don't ever golf and only work. So yeah, no, good question of why did I leave traditional banking? Well, one of the main reasons was in traditional banking, it's been the same for 100 years, same products. They've increased their technology as far as they've brought what you can use online and you can access it more. But the products and what's been there for 100 years are the same. There's never any change. They didn't have any new and exciting opportunities to say, hey, look what we've created. And it's just the opposite in the Web3 blockchain world. Is there's so many opportunities in the financial part of it that when I was presented with this opportunity, I thought, all right, well, you know what? If I want something exciting, let's go do this and try this and see if it would work. And so I love what we're doing at Switch. Is we're fulfilling a need, not necessarily a want, but we are fulfilling a need. And yeah, there's people out there and there's companies out there that are doing it right now currently, but there's so much room for improvement what that's currently out there and what Switch is providing. And I'm glad that Stephen invited me to come to share with all the Connect folk, because our main focus is to make these amazing products so the people that want to maybe have been on the sidelines and they want to join the crypto, but it's been scary. I'm going to share before I get into my slideshow just a funny experience. I don't know if it was funny at the time, but it's funny now. But back in 2015, 2016, I had a good friend said, hey, I'm going to send you some Bitcoin. So he sends me some Bitcoin, and I get really interested and start buying and selling, but it's super, super scary. And at the time, on one of the most well-known exchanges, there was only 3 tokens. There was Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. And there was this new, keep in mind, I was still in banking, and there was this new crypto coming out called Ripple or XRP. And they said they're going to integrate the blockchain with all the banks. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be incredible. So I was trying to figure out, how do you even buy their token? And come to find out, it's on this other, you could only swap, meaning you could not buy it with a credit card or cash. You had to swap your Bitcoin for XRP. So I said, all right. So you copy down this huge alphanumeric code and you hit send. And so I send a bunch of money to this platform. And it was scary just doing that, because I'm like, I guess we'll see if my Bitcoin really lands there. So the first hour I'm hitting refresh on that other platform. Nothing's showing up. The second hour I'm hitting refresh, and now I'm starting to think, okay, I got to make up a story to tell my wife we sent thousands of dollars into outer space, and I might have lost it.
It's gone.
It's gone. It's
Sorry,
gone.
sweetheart.
I don't know where it's at. I hit enter, and it just left. Luckily, in the third hour, it showed up. But that experience of being so scared and worried of, okay, is my money safe? Is it secure? Where is it at? Where'd it go? Really kind of left a sour taste. And if I wasn't really motivated into learning about cryptocurrency, I probably would have just left the game. And so that experience helped build what we have today, to make sure that the customer who wants to maybe just experience a little taste of crypto, we want to make it easy and make it secure and make it transparent, which even today, where crypto's been around since 2008, obviously they didn't have the steps now. It's gotten better and better. But Switch Reward Card is taking it to the next level where people feel comfort and they feel peace and secure. So
I love that.
yeah.
So what I'm hearing is there's problems, obviously, in the normal banking world,
Yeah,
right? There's
yeah.
problems in the crypto finance world, and what Switch Reward Card is really doing right now, and the reason for the Switch blockchain is to kind of bring that together while solving both of those problems. Is that what I'm hearing?
That was a great lead in. Yeah, for sure. Let's pull up the slideshow here. The three problems that we want to focus and provide solutions to are trust and security, like I mentioned, off ramp and on ramp. What that means is it's still hard to get cash out and deposit it into your bank and be able to use in a relatively quick time. So the off ramp and on ramp, that's just the ability to onboard an off ramp cash or fiat. And then we also have, I did talk a little bit about this in my story as far as transparency of, well, what am I paying? I always talk about an experience too. When I first bought some Ethereum, I bought $1,000. And so I thought, oh, I'll have $1,000 worth of Ethereum.
Nope.
I get it in there, and it was like $750, and I'm like, did I pay 25% in fees?
Yeah.
And the answer is yes, I did.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know they didn't have any breakouts. So we want to make it like I talked about with my experience. I don't want others to have that experience of fear and insecurity of where their money's going and how much they're spending in fees. So these are the three problems that are going on right now. I'm going to talk a little bit about what Stephen just mentioned is Switch Reward Card is the bridge between traditional finance, which is my background, and decentralized finance. And that's one thing too you'll see in crypto is just TradeFi and DeFi, and people are like, what the heck is that? So there's a lot of like acronyms, just like the banking world. We had millions of acronyms in the banking world, but crypto is doing the same as well. So Switch Reward Card is bridging that gap between traditional banking and decentralized finance. So like I mentioned, some of the problems is, or we feel like one of the main problems with crypto and exchanges was, many of you heard maybe FTX going out and Voyager and Celsius, and people lost millions of dollars because of how they were structured. And how they were structured were this: they had one custodial wallet, which means if they go under, your money is frozen, and if they do bankruptcy, your money's gone, and you're not ever getting it back. So before any of these companies went under, we had already decided in our mind we're going to have two types of wallets. And as you can see here on the left, we have a non-custodial wallet. And what that means is there's no custodian. You are the custodian and you own the key phrase to access your digital assets. Let me just say that again. A non-custodial wallet means you have complete control of your digital assets, and you have the key phrase to, if something were to happen to Switch Reward Card, these assets would not be frozen, and you could take them off with your key phrase. You can extract your wallet and take it to another platform where you still have access to those digital assets. And that is a huge thing and one of the big differences that we have over our competitors. If we could bring that other, on the right, you do have to have a custodial wallet, because this is where we talked briefly about on-ramp and off-ramping of cash and fiat. Well, you have to have a custodial wallet where there's a bank involved, where you can bring on cash to then buy and sell crypto, which is what we have on the right. And you can see the difference between the two. The one on the right has the United States dollar. The one on the left does not. So once you onboard your cash, you then can buy any token you want there down below in the different wallets. You got Tether, you got USDC, Ethereum, Bitcoin, whatever you want, it can expand. And as soon as you buy that, we recommend you pulling that digital asset off of the custodial wallet and sending it to your non-custodial wallet. And we feel this is huge because this is all in one step in one platform. And I'll have another slide that shows you how many steps you have to take currently just to access your cash if you sell your digital asset or if you buy it. So
I will say this is huge. I mean, we've been now here in the crypto space for quite some time, but for beginners coming into it, that first, like you said, that first transaction is it's kind of scary.
It is very scary.
You're sending something, you don't know how long it's going to take, you don't know what's going on, so you send it out there and you hope and you pray. You're hoping that it'll show up where it's supposed to. But not only that, there are so many different steps that you have to take, and wallets you have to open up and send to here to get to there, to go onto this exchange, to get it to that platform, to then finally maybe get it to where you're going. Switches again. One of the reasons why I love Switch is it's simplifying all that. It's pulling it all onto one platform, which is fantastic.
Yep, and this slide shows you how many different steps it takes to complete what I just talked about. You have your trust wallet, your non-custodial exchange. These are all in different platforms. When I say different platforms, that's all different companies that you got to send your digital asset out of one platform into another, and then you got to send it to another exchange that allows you to get cash. There's a lot of exchanges that just do swaps only. And what that means is you can only swap crypto for crypto. You can't swap crypto for cash. So then you got to find another platform that allows you to, if you sell, to be able to get cash. And then you got to send it to your bank account, which takes a long time. Well, all of these steps are created within the Switch reward card platform. So it's all within your reach. You don't have to worry about sending it to another platform. You can see it all within our platform, which we feel is like a one-stop shop. Yeah. As you learn and go and dive deep more into crypto, you'll realize what an advantage this currently is over our competitors. The next topic or problem in the crypto world is just saying, how much am I paying to buy this crypto? It drives me nuts. I always want to see okay, how much am I actually paying? And there's so many tricks right now just because it's so new and people don't understand. There's so many tricks for our competitors to make a lot of money and charge you 10, 17, 20% that you don't even realize you've spent. So we've broken out in a couple of screenshots in this slide to show you, okay, how much am I paying? What's my total cost? And how much crypto am I actually getting? And as you can see on the left and highlighted in the red, it shows you your crypto conversion fee. It's 12 cents. This is for a $10 purchase, right? If you do not have, and I can talk about this a little bit, but without going into too much detail, if you have a prepaid debit card or a debit card that's a Switch, that's a Switch Reward debit card or prepaid debit card, you get a discount. In this column on the left that I showed you, this is a transaction where there's no card. So you actually get $1.97 charges. And these fluctuate depending on which tier you're in. So these aren't set fees. There's different tiers of fees. So for $10, you got to do $12.11 to get $10 worth of USDC. The one in the middle is if you are a card owner, you buy $10 of USDT and it will cost you $10. And we show you that, and that is all you are charged. There's no surprises. There's no hidden fees. You're not going to get USDT in your wallet and show that you have $5 out of the $10 that you spent of your cash.
I will say though, even what you showed right there, the $10 and the 12-cent fee, that's like nothing. I'm excited again about this because I've gone to several different platforms. I've done exchanges on different platforms from fiat to crypto and back and forth. And the fees are, comparatively speaking, are exorbitant compared to what Switch Reward Card is doing.
So we've done a lot of research on our competitors, obviously, when we were coming out, talked to a lot of customers to say, hey, what do you feel like a fair price is? And that's what I love about what we're doing. None of us are greedy people. We are going to make some money on the transaction fees to help our company grow. And later down the road, it will create utility for the Switch token, which is another cool thing that we can turn on as soon as we get a large amount of customers using our trade platform. And once again, that's where we rely on each of you in the Connect community to share our trade platform with your friends, to go tell them, hey, go get a free trade platform at switchrewardcard.com, and then connect your bank account and buy some Bitcoin, buy some Ethereum, buy the Switch token, whatever token you're interested in. Use our platform and you'll see how convenient it is, how transparent it is, and how user-friendly it is. We take for granted in the finance world how smooth and easy it's become. In the crypto world, it's still a transforming product. And I feel like Switch is overcome a lot of these problems to allow the everyday person to join crypto. It's awesome. It really is awesome. I love using it. I use it myself, and I buy Bitcoin when it dips, and I'll throw it on the Discord and say, "Hey, I just bought $500 worth of Bitcoin," and then it goes down 1,000. I look like an idiot, but other than that, it's an awesome platform. We can't predict obviously the volatility of crypto, but it's awesome.
We can make it easier to purchase it and sell it, but hey, we're not gonna control what's going on.
Yeah, most people are smarter than me, so they buy low and sell high. I buy high and sell low. It's awesome. So anyway, that's a little bit about our platform as far as the transparency of the fees. I do want to talk about, we've been doing this for about 3.5 years now, and I love when we go to a lot of conferences around the world. We have a lot of people that raise their hand and they don't ask a question. They just say, "Hey, I just want to make this statement that there's a lot of crypto projects out there that are saying, we're going to do this." And and I love when I hear this. They say, "It's awesome to hear you say, we have this product. It's working and in use right now." And so I wanted to show you this product map just for this year, what we've accomplished. So on the left there, this is our roadmap of what was tweeted out at the first of this year in January, of what we wanted to accomplish. On the right, this is as of April of what we've accomplished, and super proud to show, hey, we've got a B2B website, which there's 4 different products there. One of them is if you are an e-commerce selling anything and you aren't accepting crypto, we have a widget that you can add to your website that says, hey, we accept crypto. Super inexpensive, and it's a great way to open the resources of accepting a different source of payment. Especially if you're a global company, it's a lot easier to be able to accept crypto than to have to set up an international merchant account. Those are super, super hard. That's what we did in the group that I was in for traditional commercial banking. It just allows you to provide more opportunities to receive money for your product. And so that's one of the 4 products. This NFT voucher that I show the SwitchPay NFT voucher has been huge. In fact, we've done over $7 million in processing over the last 2 months. We didn't realize how big that is. Wow. It overcomes some of these challenges in the merchant processing credit card world. Yeah. There's a lot of industries that the banking industry says, no, that's a high risk. We're going to charge you a $250,000 reserve that you just have to keep in file because they think it's such high risk. Anyway, we feel like we're overcoming some of these challenges as far as the business side goes for your company to have another way. We're not saying shut down your merchant credit card processing. We're not saying don't accept cash and only accept crypto. We're saying, hey, add it as another payment opportunity. It's huge, and it's so convenient and easy to use. So like I mentioned on the roadmap, that was one. And this next one is, I do want to announce our newest partner. Like it says that, can we go back and kind of zoom in on that if we could? That on the right, it says Global Card Open Beta. This has been a really, really hard thing to do. In fact, most of our competitors are only in the US, are only internationally. They're not both. We are doing both, which sets us apart as well. And so, but I can see why our competitors haven't gone that route, because it's been really hard to be able to offer both the US and internationally a card program as well as an international trade platform. And so I'm excited to announce probably one of the most strategical partnerships we have signed with. And I'm just going to show you a quick video of this partner. The partner is Vault, IST, and this is what they offer globally. So this is for our global customers. I get texts and I get messages all the time of, hey, when are you going to have a global card? And I'm excited to announce that this is getting us there, where in the next couple of months, we will have a global card, both in the US and internationally. So can you play this video for us?
Welcome to Vault, a global white-label digital banking platform that enables companies to launch their own branded digital payments infrastructure in a matter of days, saving them millions of dollars in development costs. Vault allows you to deploy fiat and cryptocurrency services into your business, for your customers, your employees, under your brand, globally. Fiat currency bank accounts accessing the most modern payments rails, including both SWIFT and SEPA networks. Cryptocurrency acquiring, payments, savings and earning solutions, wallets, and even your own globally accepted Visa cards. Supported by both Apple and Google Pay, Vault's products can be seamlessly integrated within your own website, existing apps, or via a new dedicated app launched on both Apple and Android platforms. And all of this can be ready to launch in just 7 days under your brand. Vault is the easiest way for you to launch and take control of your company's fintech solutions. Select the fiat and crypto services that you want to take to market and have them launched almost immediately. Need your own branded Visa card? No problem. Crypto interest accounts? Easy. Own token? Done. IBAN accounts? Of course. Through Vault's extensive network of leading financial suppliers, you can serve customers in more than 170 countries with complete confidence that your fiat and crypto services work together seamlessly. Vault's customers can also sleep easy at night, knowing that our global network of services are totally compliant with the latest regulations, meaning you have one less thing to worry about whilst developing your business. Vault is a complete, fully licensed solution for all your cryptocurrency, banking and payment needs, delivered on a global scale under your brand in a matter of days, for a fraction of the cost of doing it yourselves. Ready to find out more? Please head over to www.vault.ist and request a demonstration where you can get an in-depth look at our capabilities and have all your questions answered.
So you could see what they have to offer is everything that we've wanted to offer globally, which it's been really hard because we've talked to a lot of different international partners that say, yeah, we can do this. Oh, but we can't do Apple Pay and Google Pay. We can do this, but we can't do a prepaid debit card or a debit card or an international bank account number. So you can see why this is such a strategical and impactful partnership. I do want to, it says 7 days. I love two things in that. It says 7 days. Well, we like to integrate it with our current technology. And if you do an API integration, it does take longer than 7 days. Because when I saw that, I'm like, hey, so we can, everything's about speed. Let's get it done. We want to do these cards. So 7 days, scratch that out. That is a little longer than the 7 days, or quite a bit longer. And then at the end, I loved how it says, do cryptocurrency and banking in several years. I mentioned at the beginning, we're 3.5 years into this. Yeah. So we have felt that pain, but we do feel a lot of excitement with the ability to, in the next month or two, finally have a fully functioning product. So then we can turn on our proof of action by using our products and earning the Switch token. So super excited to be partnered with them and what they have to offer and what we can integrate with our brand and with the technology that we've been building over the last 3.5 years. So I do want to say, hey, we are moving. In the fintech world, it's sometimes a little slow just because it's all new. There's no program out there that says, oh, do this step next. It's all like, okay, here's what we want to do. Here's what we want to offer the world. And we want it to be amazing. And we want it to work great. So you have to do a lot of research, and there's been a lot of trial and error. We've had some international partners that have not been so good, and we've had to just scratch that and start all over. But we are persistent. We have an amazing team, and everyone involved, from the Connect community, from the Switch token community, and then even from the Switch reward card employees who have given us a lot of just great ideas when we're trying to figure something out. And they come up with so many solutions, and they wear so many different hats. And so just grateful for the team, the persistence, the positive attitude, and building what we're building. I love our products, and I'm so glad that we're there to offer the world this. And that's why we need the Connect community, just to share with your friends, have your friends share with their friends, and have them use our platform. It's going to be amazing.
I love it. This is really exciting. That new partner is going to, I think, round a lot of things out, bring it faster to market, which is what we've been looking for anyway, which is wonderful. I can say as a Switch node owner and operator, like this is super, super exciting news. We've got a lot of questions that have been coming in, and we're going to start going through some of those questions. Before we do, I just want to make sure if you're on and watching, then make sure that you are participating. Make sure that you're kind of going back and forth. I think we've probably already given out one or two of the rewards, is my guess, and we've got one more still here at the end of the webinar. So participate, engage, do some of the things that are in challenges that they're asking you to do during the webinar, but also make sure you're paying attention here because there hopefully will be some questions that are going to be answered here as well. So let's dive in. A couple things here, and let me grab my glasses here so I can read this better. We've got, so I'm just going to kind of go through here and see what we can get through. It says, when will the debit cards be available, and when will the business cards be available?
That's a question I get every day.
I'm sure you do.
No, and it's a great question. So, in my opinion, it said 7 days on that. We anticipate 4 to 5 weeks from now.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I hate to give time frames because it always is missed.
Sure.
So, I mean,
so that's not a guarantee.
It's not a guarantee. I think
these
you had a
these are forward-looking statements.
Yeah, you had a slide. Yeah, you had a slide on that. So yeah, no. Our goal is to hopefully get them internally and alpha testing here in the next 4 to 5 weeks. And I'm sure our tech team is dying when I gave that time frame, but we have put that at a high priority to get the cards out so we can get. There's hundreds of people worldwide that want the card. I fortunately have been using our U.S. card. That's working. That's good. But we feel this product here that we just showed you is a little better than what I've been using. So cross our fingers. I would say in the next 2 months we should have a card out globally.
Great. Other question: who is providing liquidity behind the off-ramp feature? If I decide to sell X amount, there's got to be a buyer on the other side to buy token, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Switch token when listed. Maybe I could answer part of that as a community member. Anybody can. And the reality, and this is something that a lot of people don't know. So many of us can and have opportunities to provide liquidity with projects that we're a part of. If you have a lot of Switch that you've been mining, you can put up Switch alongside of, let's say, Ethereum, right? And you can be that liquidity provider and receive benefit for offering up that liquidity. And so there are community members all over the world that do that, that desire to take part in that transaction and kind of that decentralized transaction fees that are happening. So that's something that is open, I think, to anybody. Anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I just want to clarify too. Switch Reward Card is the business side, and there's a separation there between the Switch community and the Switch token. They're not related as far as like, do we own any, or do we provide the liquidity? No, we do not. A Switch Reward Card is in charge of making crypto more adopted, and that's our focus. That's why the community and Connect, the Switch community, is so important to. Hey, just like Steven mentioned, go if you want to create liquidity, you can go create a liquidity pair as a Switch community member or a Connect community member. There's a lot of different ways to provide that. If they're talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum, and when they buy and sell on our trade platform, we do have a lot of different liquidity partners that are providing liquidity for those tokens, and there always is available if you sell your USDT or USDC or your Bitcoin, Ethereum, or whatever you're selling, that liquidity is provided by other liquidity partners, and that's there.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Always the other. Some of these are questions that everyone asks every time.
Yeah,
right?
No, it's good. It's good.
But why not? When will Switch be listed on the platform? And I don't know what that means exactly, but I'm guessing they're saying probably a centralized exchange or more centralized exchanges, and have liquidity to sell or exchange for other crypto.
And those are great questions. Yeah. And one of the things that that Switch Reward Card is doing to help increase the utility of the Switch token is eventually when we hit a certain amount of customers that use our debit card, prepaid debit card, trade platform, business products, instead of charging cash, we eventually will say you can only use this product, which is why we're focusing so much on creating an amazing product. So people are like, I've got to use this product. If I can't pay for cash for the fees, how do I do it? Eventually, and this is a forward-looking statement, we will be able to say, hey, you can only use this product if you pay for it with the Switch token. Yeah. And if you don't have it, here's how you can buy it. Push this button and it will take you to a centralized platform that hopefully a community member has listed on, and you'll be able to buy it and then pay for your fees within Switch Reward Card, which is completely different from the token community and the node community.
That's great. Yeah. Next question. What will be the limits to off-ramp and withdraw fiat once the platform is up and running?
It depends on which tier you are in. Okay. There's multiple tiers, and it can go up to 5 million is what one of our partners has said, depending on which, if it's Bitcoin or some of the more stable tokens, if you want to call, there are stable coins or whatever, like USDT and USDC, you can go up to 5 million on those. If it's a less liquid token, then obviously your limits go down. So, there's a range and there's going to be tiered. Yeah.
Sounds like this could be a moving target based on liquidity and volume and things that are happening in the marketplace.
Correct. And once we launch and are fully in open beta with our cards, we already have a breakdown of, okay, if you have this card, this is your limits. If you have this card, this is your limits, and a breakdown of what the fees are, and you'll be able to see every tier that I'm talking about.
Okay.
Great. That's an excellent question, and we have it prepared. We will be launching that.
That's great. Here's another question. Somebody indicated that nodes will only be paid for by WIN tokens. I'm guessing they're talking about on the Connect platform by a certain time frame. How will we buy a node if we don't have enough WIN? That's a great question. When that transition happens, you'll actually be able to go on to exchanges and purchase WIN. If you're not mining WIN, or you don't have a WIN node, or you don't have enough WIN to make that purchase, there will be opportunities, of course, on different platforms to get out there, swap Bitcoin or Ethereum or other things for WIN, and then use that WIN on the platform to purchase some of those other nodes. Great questions. Let's see here. Is there a difference between the international trade wallet and the global trade wallet?
So yes, there is a difference. The global trade wallet has a different liquidity partner on the back end, and the international trade wallet has a different one. So they're just different backing partners of what region you're in. Once again, it'll be very similar to our debit cards, depending on which region you're at through the country. There's through the world. There's so many different licensing, and you just have to. You have to piece together a lot of different products to make a complete product. And so, it's a great question. Just a different backer on the back end.
Okay. And then someone asked, kind of along the same lines, I only see the international trade. I don't see the global trade in my current account. Is that
similar? Pretty soon you will probably only see one or the other.
Got it.
Yeah.
And that's going to be based on your location.
Yeah, your location, and once again, we're always adding, changing vendors. So we just changed the name of that. Really, that's at our discretion. We changed it so we knew for ourselves, okay, who's with this partner and who's with this one.
Got it. Great. And I think we already answered this, but just to make sure, when will the Switch reward cards become available to apply for individual accounts and business accounts? I think we already talked about that.
Yeah, we have a wait list.
5 to 6 weeks potentially.
Yeah, so we're as close as we are now. I remember when I first started, I ordered some of these debit cards from my competitors. Some of them I still haven't received, and that's years ago. But we are going to start a wait list and a pre-order list as well.
Great.
Over the next couple of weeks, because we are confident that we're that close now. So you can pre-order your card in the next couple of weeks, pay for it, and you'll get it. So
that's great.
Yeah, great question.
I'm not sure what's being said here. It says, is there a limit token for the Switch node? Do you understand what that is asking?
A limit? I don't know.
I don't know what that's asking.
I don't know that.
Maybe we can get some clarification on that and see if we can touch on it later. I'm looking forward to seeing a comparison chart of how Switch reward card fares better than other on or off ramping fiat platforms. When can we see that? Is that something that's in the works?
We have it done right now. we will add that to the website here in the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
Like I said, we're going to launch that at the same time we do the card. So that's done as far as the pricing and comparisons. But yeah, we have not released that to the public, but we do have that, and we are going to launch that at the same time as the card.
That's awesome. Great. Let's see here. Okay, well, that's all I've got now. I will keep this open for another minute or so. So if there's some other... Oh, we got the one that just dropped in. Is there a total supply for the Switch token?
A total supply, a max supply?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, 50 billion.
Okay.
Those are only issued through the nodes.
Yep.
So if you're a node owner, good for you, and keep participating in the Switch community on that side. If you're not, go get a Switch node. Hey, that's a little plug for
time to get a Switch node, right, guys? Jump
That's
in.
right. That's right.
So there's a couple things that I wanted to. We were talking a little bit earlier, and we talk often in the Switch community about banking the unbankable. And there are people all over the world, right, that don't have access. How is Switch solving that problem right now?
And I'm so glad, there's so many things we can't get into, and that's one of them is our focus. Some of us that have the banking and financial tools to do business, to transact, to buy. There's a lot of people that are unbanked, like there's different meanings with unbanked, but what we're talking about in Switch is bringing these financial tools to the world who have never been able to transact.
They don't have a bank account.
They don't have
right?
a bank account. So imagine trying to buy something online when you don't have a bank account or have a credit card or whatever. That's what's so cool about crypto as a whole, and Switch is providing that tool to the world as far as the unbanked go, so they can then participate in the e-commerce.
That's awesome.
And get services and goods.
Yeah. And so for those that are currently banked, how does Switch then... What do you feel Switch does for them as well?
Great. It makes it easy for them, if they want to get into crypto, to jump in, connect their bank account wherever it's at, and on-ramp and off-ramp fiat. If they sell, so they can do both. They can continue to use their bank account, or they can use our prepaid debit card or debit card to go spend the crypto they've sold.
I love it. Okay, well, hey guys, we've got some winners, and just want to congratulate those that have been participating with what we've been doing. Thank you so much for being on the webinar with us. Big congratulations to Todd on Discord, Kid Creole on Discord, and Crazy Tommy on Twitter. Huge congratulations. I think you should have received those rewards already, or they will be coming to you very, 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 very shortly. So very excited about that. And maybe just one last question. How will Switch node owners benefit from transaction fees?
Well, that's a great question, and that's a very forward-looking answer that
Yeah.
I'm going to give. Eventually, we hope to share as the token is transacted on the Switch blockchain.
Yeah.
I have to keep those separated, just so you all know those are separated. But you will be able to hopefully in the I would say long future receive the transactions from the gas fees that are being charged on the Switch blockchain. So
if you're a node owner, there's a potential that in the future, some of those transaction fees that are being used and calculated on the Switch blockchain could be then distributed to the node owners.
correct,
Okay.
and like I said, that has not been built yet. That is in the works down the road in many years, and a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No, that's great to know. Brad, thank you so much. Man, again, super informative. A lot of information here. If you're not part of the Switch reward card, if you're not part of the Switch blockchain, if you don't have and are operating a Switch node or multiple Switch nodes, now is the time. They're never going to be cheaper than they are today. Prices are going up on a regular basis. What do you want to say around that?
I just want to say, if you are excited about crypto or had any intuition to be like, I'd like to get into this project, getting a Switch node right now is awesome, because, and this is why, another reason why I left my previous position, is the Switch reward card project makes sense. It helps create utility for the token, for the Switch blockchain community, but it also increases adoption for the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And that's the main focus is, hey, it's decentralized, this crypto stuff. It's awesome. and Switch is making it so it's easier to use.
Yeah. Many of you have probably seen also, even in the Connect platform, Switch is integrated.
Yes.
Right? We've got Switch Pay there so that we can easily help people onboard and purchase nodes here in the Connect community. A lot of that happens through Switch Pay and what they're doing here at Switch Reward Card and some of the services that they're creating and providing, not just for themselves, but obviously they're sharing it with the world right
Yep.
now, with us and companies all over the place, which is super exciting. So again, like I said before, if you don't have and aren't operating your Switch node, do it. Grab it, get in, go into your Connect account, purchase a Switch node. You can use Switch Pay to purchase your Switch node too.
Amen.
Right?
Yes, you can.
Right? You can do all those different things, and let's get there. But friends, thank you so much for being here. You guys are amazing. Thanks for joining us today. Congratulations again to our winners. Go out and tell the world that you just won 50,000 Switch for jumping on and participating on this amazing webinar. Brad, thanks again for being here and participating and just sharing your time and your expertise, your knowledge about what is transforming right now the world of finance in the blockchain.
Yeah, thanks. This is awesome, and just super grateful for each of you out there that's joining this amazing, and I love the word impactful project, because we are making an impact in the finance world. It's amazing.
Thanks, everybody. Keep blockchaining.